Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. If you've ever stared at a sentence on the SAT writing and language section and thought, well, I mean, they both sound fine, believe me, you are not alone. Here's the secret though. This section, it's not actually a test of your raw intelligence. It's a game. It is literally a game of spotting cleverly laid traps that are designed to trick your ear. But today, we're giving you the ultimate cheat code guide so you can see right through every single one of them.
Think of this as your survival manual. We're going to conquer 4 specific trouble spots today: the illusion trap, the shapeshifter trap, the logic trap, and the identity trap, and then we'll wrap it all up with our boss battle strategy.
All right, let's kick things off with trap number 1, the illusion trap.
So the test makers love to create a sort of grammatical illusion by hiding the true subject behind layers of extra words. Listen to this tricky sentence. The collection of rare manuscripts was or were damaged. If you say it quickly in your head, your ear probably catches manuscripts were damaged, which honestly sounds perfectly fine, doesn't it? But is it? Take a second, see if you can spot the trap before I hand over the cheat code.
Okay, here's how you completely beat this illusion. You gotta use your X-ray vision. If you just mentally cross out all the fluff, in this case that prepositional phrase of rare manuscripts, what are you actually left with? Well, you're left with the true head noun, the collection. And just like that, the illusion totally vanishes. The collection was damaged. It's singular. You always want to identify the noun the sentence is actually about and just ignore the distractions packed inside those prepositional phrases.
Now, what's really interesting here is how one tiny word changes the whole shebang. This is an incredibly common contrast on the test. Because the number refers to a specific, singular figure, like saying the number is 47, it takes a singular verb, has risen. But a number of applicants simply means several applicants. It's describing a plural group, so it takes the plural verb, have withdrawn. So the number is singular, a number is plural. Absolutely lock that rule in. Another part of this illusion trap involves collective nouns. Honestly, I'd highly recommend you just memorize this quick inventory. Team, committee, board, community, government, jury, faculty, staff, audience, class, group. The thing to remember is that in standard American English, which is exactly what the SAT tests, a collective noun naming a group acts as a single, unified thing. So it's the committee has submitted its report, not have. The board is reviewing its policy, not are.
Moving right along to trap number 2, the shapeshifter trap.
Sentences on this test absolutely love to start with one grammatical pattern and then just shapeshift right in the middle of a list. But standard grammar demands parallel structure. This rule just says that items in a list or a comparison have to be in the exact same grammatical form. Think of it like a giant balance beam. If you have a sentence like, she enjoys reading, writing, and to edit, well, you've just put 2 gerunds, reading, writing, on one side of the beam and an infinitive, to edit, on the other. The whole sentence is going to tip right over. It has to be reading, writing, and editing.
This shapeshifting gets especially tricky with correlative conjunctions. Those are pairs of words like either or and not only but also. Listen to the imbalance in this first example. Not only did she publish, but also the winning of. Yeah, that is completely broken. But listen to the second one. She not only published, but also won. The grammatical structure after that first word has to perfectly mirror the structure after the second. Published, won. Perfectly balanced on the beam.
All right, up next is trap number 3, the logic trap.
This trap is so sneaky. Why? Because a sentence can have absolutely flawless grammar, but completely fail if the transition word points in the wrong direction. To beat this one, you really have to visualize arrows. Just ask yourself, do the ideas in these 2 sentences point in the same direction or opposite directions? If they point in the same direction, like a cause leading to an expected result, you're going to use words like therefore, thus, or furthermore. But if they point in the opposite direction, like a contrast or some unexpected twist, you need words like however, nevertheless, or yet.
And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. In the first scenario, the project lacked funding. Therefore, it failed. No funding logically leads to failure. Same direction. Cause and effect. Makes perfect sense. But in the second scenario, the project lacked funding. Nevertheless, it succeeded. Wow, okay. The transition entirely changes the meaning there. No funding usually means failure, right? So success is a totally unexpected outcome. It points in the opposite direction. You've always got to check your arrows.
Let's dive into trap number 4, the identity trap.
This trap is all about pronouns. And hey, a pronoun's entire job is to replace a noun, which means it absolutely must have a crystal clear identity. Let's put you to the test with this sentence. When the editor reviewed the journalist's draft, she suggested revisions. Let me ask you, who exactly is she? Is it the editor or is it the journalist? Can you confidently identify who that pronoun is talking about?
So the crucial point here is this. If you can't tell immediately, and I mean with absolute certainty, who the pronoun refers to, it's a trap. If there are two possible antecedents, it's ambiguous, and therefore it's grammatically incorrect for the SAT. To clear this trap, you simply have to replace that vague pronoun with the specific noun. When the editor reviewed the journalist's draft, the editor suggested revisions. Never forget, clarity always wins.
Before we move on from the identity trap, let's review this rapid inventory of indefinite pronouns. Each, every, either, neither, one, someone, everyone, anyone, and the list goes on. Now pay attention here, because these are always singular. I know, in casual everyday speech, we might easily say, every student has their assignment. But remember, this test is looking for formal standard usage, which strictly demands the singular, so it has to be, every student is responsible for his or her assignment, or each of the universities must provide its own transport.
Okay, we've made it. It is time for the boss battle strategy.
Let's move to and see how this all builds together. You know the traps, you've got the cheat codes. Now it's time to unleash the ultimate combo move. Let's run through this 4-step checklist to build a perfect defense. Step 1, subject. Use your X-ray vision, completely cross out that fluff, and find the true subject. Step 2, list. Put your lists and comparisons right on that balance beam and ensure the grammatical elements match perfectly. Step 3, transition. Visualize those arrows, read before and after the blank, and check the direction of the logic. And finally, step 4, pronoun. Do the identity check, find that antecedent, and make sure there is zero ambiguity.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a final thought. Mastering these traps doesn't just conquer a test. It builds the foundation for clear, powerful communication in literally everything you write. These aren't just arbitrary rules made up to annoy you. They're actually tools of precision. By applying these cheat codes, you are taking total command over your formal English. So, the next time you sit down to write an essay, fire off an important email, or, take a massive standardized test, how will you wield this clarity? Thanks for joining me, and happy studying.